Forget Mew, Go's greatest catch is Ash. Yo, what's up everyone? Treyman1 here. Welcome back to another Pokemon Journeys Anime review. Today guys, we are covering episode 52, the Diglett Dugtrio farm episode. And guys, this episode was actually pretty interesting. Ash, Go, and Chloe head to this farm to go and whack weeds. But wait a minute, we know someone else that's actually whacking weeds in another region. Could this mean this episode that we all thought was filler is actually Koga finally coming back to me? No, it's not.
Koga, come back, you little.
The episode is actually about Ash, Go, and Chloe helping one of Cerise's old students with a Diglett situation at his farm. And I gotta admit, it wasn't the greatest episode, but it also wasn't bad. It was just an alright episode. I actually was expecting it to be a boring filler, but there were actually some funny moments. For example, the beginning scene I showed with Ash getting caught by Go, that was freaking hilarious. And even Team Rocket's appearance wasn't that annoying in this episode. Normally Team Rocket in these Journeys episodes are annoying. Yes, the gotcha machine does come back, but they're actually there for not even 3 minutes, for crying out loud. They actually were handled pretty nicely. We actually also get a bit of character growth for Chloe as well, as she's starting to learn to work together with Ash and Go, as she actually comes up with a plan on how to catch these Digletts and Dugtrio, and it actually works and succeeds. We also get to see in the beginning of the episode, she's like, why are you guys running? To her actually running and having fun with them at the end. I really do love Chloe's development in this episode. And it really does show that this Eevee is helping her out, because she has some doubts sometimes, but Eevee just gives her that smile and gives her that motivation to keep going. So I'm really glad that Eevee is finally helping Chloe get her the development that she deserves. Go ends up catching both Diglett and Dugtrio to try to stop them from eating all the carrots in the farm, but at the same time, he's getting nice character development and a learning experience as well. He learns through his Pokédex entry that the Digletts and Dugtrio actually help the farm soil to become rich. So in all, the Digletts, while they were eating all the food up, were actually helping in the end. And I do love the lesson that Go learns in this episode. Because of the Dugtrio being the leader of these Digletts and the Digletts not knowing what to do without his Dugtrio, Go actually ends up giving Dugtrio to Cerise's old student, which I think was a pretty nice development moment for Go. We know that Go's goal is to catch every Pokemon leading up to Mew, which at the same time is kind of questionable, because we were thinking, what about legendaries? Literally, in next week's preview, we see Go catching freaking Suicune, which, wow, I made that prediction video long ago. I didn't really think he might catch it, but after seeing this episode, he is going to catch it, but that doesn't mean he's going to keep it. He might have learned, some Pokemon are better off just being wild, and some Pokemon are better off in certain situations. So I feel like this episode is going to actually have an impact on next week's episode, where Go releases Suicune at the end, because it's just not going to be right for him to keep Suicune. Literally, they're trying to save Suicune from people trying to catch it. So I feel like this episode is a nice setup for Go and Chloe's development. There's actually not too much I can really say on this episode, because it's kind of like a generic Pokemon episode. I do love that Go and Chloe get some development, but my one issue may be with Team Rocket just a little bit, because they actually didn't cause the trouble. Go and Ash are like, oh, Team Rocket on the hill they used to live on, so they must have been the reason why Diglett has came to the farm. But in reality, the Digletts are just helping the soil and just wanted to eat. So it's kind of like Ash and Go are the bad guys here attacking Team Rocket. And the fight was actually kind of nice. Go used his new Dugtrio, and Ash used Pikachu. I think this would have been a perfect moment for Ash to use Dracovish, and the fact that his water type moves. And the Pokemon that Team Rocket used were Drillbur and Sandslash. This was a perfect moment, but for some reason Ash just uses Pikachu against his two ground types, and it's like, that's something that I had an issue with before, Ash not using his other Pokemon. And I'm really hoping Dracovish doesn't take 20 episodes to get developed like farfetch'd. So other than that, that's the one complaint I really have. Team Rocket weren't that bad. They were actually kind of funny, and I just feel bad for them because they were caught up in this mess. It's just so convenient. So can we just talk about how morbid it is that this guy uses freaking golem shells to make this soil? Like, are the golems still alive? I have a lot of questions for that. Overall, I'm loving the character growth and development that Chloe and Go are getting in the series. This was a nice episode for them, and I feel like this will have a bigger effect in the long run, with Chloe finally deciding to go and her fully joining Ash and Go, because she's here traveling more, but she's not a full companion yet, as she's not in the next episode, and she wasn't in the last one either. But yeah, overall, this was a pretty decent episode. I'll give it a 5 to 6 out of 10. It's a nice episode to just watch, but it's not too much that goes down. Go does catch Diglett and Dugtrio, and we do get some nice funny moments along the way. In the comment section down below, let me know what y'all thought of today's episode. I'd love to hear. And guys, I know you all are probably upset about the preview for next week's episode, but look at this episode for example. This episode might actually have an impact on next week's episode, with Go actually giving the Dugtrio away. You know, he might realize Suicune doesn't need to be in the Pokeball or in the Cerise lab. It needs to be out in the wild. So let's just hope that they actually go with that plot, and we'll see what happens next. Thank you all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Treyman1. Peace out.